What up guys, I'm Pat here at Spartans Subs, the CEO here at Spartans, and today we're going to be doing a review on this all new Grind NRG or energy for the not so deducive types. This is Primabolics, which we've been working with Primer for like a long time now. I've known Will for probably 7-8 years, and we have been stockers for Primer for many years, and we love their proteins. They've always had a really good non-stim pre, which is Grind, very similar. So I'm going to go through a bit of comparison between the two, but they've not had a pre-workout. They haven't had a stimulant containing pre-workout for a long time, or at all to my knowledge. They've had stim fat burners, low stim fat burners, etc. They had a 2-in-1 pre-workout at one stage, like fat burner pre-workout, but not a real true pre. So this is their first real true standalone pre-workout, which is really cool. So we're going to go over the ingredients, we're going to go over the effects, we're going to go over the dosages, performance, etc. We'll go over flavors and taste, and then we'll give you our rating on it as well. We'll give our Spartans score right at the end, so stick around for that. Let's jump straight into it. You're gonna have one of these NRG panels on your screen for this here Grind NRG. It is a 40 server, but we'll just analyze the 2 scooper, because let's be honest, that's what most people are gonna do. So we've got 6 grams of L-citrulline, and I'll start it off by saying I like that the Primer boys have categorized each section by sort of what it does, so it sort of teaches you along the way. Will is a big educator in supplements. He actually gives a shit, which is a wild concept. Not all supplement brands are that ethical. It's one of the reasons we like to align ourselves with great brands, but they've really broken down so you know what each section does. So in the blood flow section, we've got some L-citrulline malate, citrulline bound to malic acid, 6 grams, fantastic, great dose. I like the bound to malic acid because it lasts for longer. Got some glycerol in here, which is not in the OG. Glycerol is a great cell volumizer. It draws fluid into the cell, gives you thick, juicy pumps. We've got some Vaso-6 in there as well. It's a full clinical dose. This is a great ingredient for vasodilation, like opening up blood vessels, but you don't need a huge lot of milligrams, which is fantastic, because otherwise if you take like 5 different types of nitric oxide boosting things, you just feel sick, really sick for most people with high dose ingredients. And some potassium nitrates, which are a source of nitrates but also a source of potassium, as the name suggests, which is a different pathway, and you get thick, juicy pumps. Excellent. Couldn't ask for much more out of a pump and a cell volumization blend. In the performance side, you got creatine, beta-alanine, and betaine. They're all at the full clinical dose. They're all loaded. It's an absurd amount of actual ingredients in there. Very good. One for muscle power, one for delaying fatigue, and another for boosting endogenous or internal muscle power as well. Chef's kiss, couldn't ask for much more. It's the true trifecta of increasing power and delaying fatigue. Now we've got a triphase 3, like a tricycle, stimulant blend. So we've got some caffeine citrate, which yields 50%. So 50 milligrams, which is actually quite a bit of citrate. Like, it kicks in real quick. Yeah, citrate, you don't see anyone use citrate. No idea as to why. The only people I've seen use it is Blocks, which is where I first got introduced into it. It kicks in real quick. If it was a drug, it'd be quick. Have that, and 10 minutes later, you are feeling G'd up to the feet up. The bulk of the caffeine is going to come from anhydrous, which lasts for about like 60 to 90 minutes in sort of like active life. That's going to be like workout time, and the citrate will get you going so you want to train. Then we've got some dicaffeine malate, which yields 75%, so that gets you 37.5 megs, and that'll bring you down at the end. So you get a nice shoot up with the citrate, a nice big training window for 60-90 minutes, and then a nice gradual step down over the next couple hours, back down to your normal self. I love that they've not used any other, there's no dirty stimulants in here. There's no Araya gerensis or sketchy ingredients or this thing that's been labeled as something else, but it's actually a prohibited ingredient. All clean cut, just different strands of caffeine and done intelligently. Couldn't ask for much more. And then we've got the nootropic blend in there. So we've got some L-tyrosine, which is like fuel for your brain to actually allow it to work better. We've got some alpha GPC, which is a phenomenal form of choline, which is what the C in GPC is for. It'll help with neural connection, get you better mind-muscle connection so you can feel dialed in. And some Huperzia, which help with memory, learning, retention, and recall. Those 3 combined with stimulants have you feeling like an absolute wizard. Get you real dialed and in the zone. So that's what's in it. It is Grind plus stimulants plus glycerol. There is no glycerol in the original, but there is in this one. I think it's a great addition. Glycerol is a dope ingredient. It can be a bit clumpy, so I would store this in a cool, dry place, like a kitchen cupboard, not near your stove would be ideal. Somewhere that's dark and cool so it doesn't get the fluid and the moisture in the air into it. Inside tip. So we're going to mix them up. I'm going to talk about the effects, because I've already tried this. We'll tell you about it. Man, it smells good. It comes in three flavors. It comes in grape, red frog, and I think paradise fruits is the other one, or mango. I've mixed up what the last one is. Just chuck a scoop in here. I'll be honest, I did not particularly like the Grind grape flavor that much. It was probably one of the least. Something's going to be the best and the worst. I'll put that down the lower end of the spectrum. But this grape, however, is really purple. I've not seen how purple it is. I just had it in a shaker and never looked at it. Oh, that's a good grape. It's got a little bit of sediment, like a little bit of crunchy mix on the top, just a tiny bit, but it's got like heaps and heaps of creatine, which doesn't mix as like clag. That is an excellent grape. That is some damn good grape drink. Phenomenal. Flavor, like a 9. Very delicious. Grape seems to be a take it or leave it flavor. I would take it. I reckon that's a dope ass flavor. Really excellent grape. It's not very bubblegummy. It's like a true, real grape flavor with just a hint of candiness about it. So phenomenal. In terms of the effects, everything you're getting Grind plus more. So you've got great power, great muscular endurance. You've got fantastic focus, and the focus seems even more dialed up with just a little bit of stimulants in there, a bit of that like frontal lobe stimulation. I have only had one scoop at a time, and it's been fantastic. I haven't dared dial up to 2 as yet, but it's been excellent. Just felt that extra, just a nice gentle push. It didn't feel like a synthetic punch in the back of the head and go and do work sort of feeling, which some high stim pre's can do. If you're looking for an off its head mental pre-workout, don't get this. This is not what that is for. This is for someone who actually wants to train and wants to enhance the experience. It's gentle in terms of the like cracked outness of it. It's like a 5 in the cracked out scale, but I mean, there's still at a double scoop, there's still 340 megs of caffeine. That's going to get you dialed. Keep in mind, I was only having 1, so that's for reference. Really good focus, really good pumps, and the muscular endurance from this as well, good. But from this, even better with that little bit of stimulant. So you can just keep pushing. I find this is my favorite pre to have, particularly for like leg workouts or big back workouts. You just train really, really well. There's no crash whatsoever. It's like a couple hours later and you're like, oh, I've trained. I didn't feel like trash after I trained. I didn't have this real nauseous, dead feeling after training it. Like the equivalent workout without stimulants would feel pretty tanked after the workout. With this, a little bit less tanked, and nice smooth transition back to normal self. Word of warning, the beta alanine tingles from Grind or Grind NRG are mental. So if you get an itchy face, you'll be ripping it right off with this. But overall, this is excellent. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. It is phenomenal. Like 24 grams of ingredients in a double scoop is bonkers, but they're actually good ingredients. It's not just junk taurine and stuff that doesn't do anything. They've got good ingredients, good doses, and no wasted space. There's nothing it would actually take out of this that is just wasting space. Really well put together, very effective, suitable for the low stimmer for the high stimmer. If you're an entry level, have 1. If you're a big human and you've got a decent stim tolerance, maybe go 1.5, maybe even go 2. But it's going to be a suitable product you can have daily, which for most like methy pre-workouts, it's just not the case. You're going to be so crushed after it that you're sort of like you train so hard that you can't recover, and then you sort of end up chasing it all week. Then it gets to the weekend and you're just exhausted. This is a nice, good enhancement to improve your performance, help with blood flow, and actually help you stimulate more muscle in the gym and set off that cadence where you can train well, get amazing workouts, and still go and eat after your workout and not be crushed because you've had so many stimulants and you're sitting there shaking. All in all, excellent. Very, very excellent. Big props. Pre-workouts have all looked the same for a long time, and this is finally something that's actually decent and breaks the mold. Props to Primabolics. Excellent product. Big fans. If you'd like to check it out, there'll be a link down below to go and grab some. And if you enjoyed the video, please click the like button down below. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Pat at Spartans, and I'm out.